Before you begin writing a theory paragraph, you need a passage from theory, and you need some notes and ideas and some language from the scene that you're looking at in Morrison's novel. Because in this paragraph, you're going to bring those two things together. Now, I want to remind you, you're not limited to just looking at the very narrow passage you looked at in your literary device-based paragraph. You can look at anything from the whole scene. So instead of looking at one paragraph, you could be looking at 2 or 3 pages of a scene and finding anything in there that you want to connect into the theory. So in that sense, the theory paragraphs give you more material to work with. But like the literary device-based paragraphs, you still need language. You're going to need language from the theory text, and you're going to need language from Sula, and you're going to be bringing those two things together. The place where that bringing together begins is the claim. So once you've got some notes and ideas on the theory you want to use and the things in the scene you want to talk about, then you want to write a claim, and the claim needs to match the criteria presented here on the rubric. And you'll see this criteria in various places. It's in the draft form, it's on the overall paper rubric, but this is your goal. You want a sentence that links the idea from theory to the themes, the intersection that you have decided to explore. How does the theoretical concept help us understand what Morrison is saying about agency and your chosen theme, thematic intersection between race and whatever you chose? Let's take a quick look at a very specific example. And again, this is the sample that you're going to see everywhere. It's a simple sentence that just tells the reader, this is the theory idea, and this is how it applies to what Morris is saying about agency. So in the case of the sample paragraph we're building on here, if you recall, in the literary device-based paragraph, I looked at the language of the bargeman describing Chicken Little and reflecting on the African American community while he was retrieving Chicken Little's body. Here, I'm looking at that same passage and scene, but now I'm bringing Greenblatt in. Instead of looking at metaphors and metonyms and imagery and symbolism, now I'm using the lens of Greenblatt. I'm saying Stephen Greenblatt's idea of constraint supports Morrison's critique of how race and class limit African American agency in this scene describing the mistreatment of Chicken Little's corpse. So there it is. Everything's there. The theory, the source of the theory, the idea from theory, and how it relates to Morrison's idea. There's a lot of verbs you could use here besides supports, enhances, provides a context for, elaborates upon, explains. There's so many verbs. So play around, look for the verb that's right for you for the claim that really lays out what you're going to do in your paragraph.